Hey, I'm here with Tamara. Tamara's going to take us through a beginner Pilates, so if you're new to it,
join right in. You guys can have a great time.
She used to be a dancer, and very lucky to have her. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Take it away, Tamara.
Yay! All right, so let's just start laying down on our back. And Pilates, when we're starting with Pilates, we always want to be thinking about our core. Now, just start with your knees bent, arms down by your side, and just take a big inhale. Fill it with air and exhale all the air out. Just start to think about bringing your focus into your stomach here. And feeling your whole body drop into the mat. Bring your hands onto your side. And right now I'm just going to think of bringing my breath into my rib cage, expanding it side to side, and then as I exhale, I'm pulling my rib cage together, almost the feeling of I'm wrapping my rib cage around my spine, if that makes sense. And I'm going to do it 2 more times. Breathe in. And wrap the rib cage around the spine. When I'm doing this, I'm connecting everything in towards what we call the midline of the body. You'll hear me connect into that a couple times and really pulling in the lower abs as well. And pull it in. Arms down by your side. Keep that connection. And we're going to gently lift the head up, looking in towards the belly. So this here is where it's really important, keeping that connection, wrapping the rib cage around the spine. If we're splaying everything open, we're going to lose that connection in our abs and start arcing the back, and we're going to feel it in our back. I don't want you to feel that. We want to keep it safe for our lower back. And curl right back up. So if you're not feeling anything at all, nothing, you're like, Tamara, I don't feel anything in my core, nothing is happening there, just keep with it. Because I hear people say that often, that I'm not feeling anything in my stomach, this isn't doing anything, I should be doing just regular crunches. But the more you do it, the more you're going to start to feel it in your abdominals. And I think back, actually, for the first time when I did Pilates, I was 12. I was a dancer, like Mason said, and I went through an entire Pilates class, and I didn't feel anything in my abdominal muscles. I didn't understand what we were doing. It felt weird, it felt awkward. I just wanted to get up and dance, and they had me like rolling around the floor, doing these strange exercises with weird names, and I didn't get it. I didn't get it at all. And I had to try it again a few years later. Bring your knees into your chest, just take a little break. I had to try it again a few years later, and I was 16, and then something clicked. I don't know if it was maturity or my body was getting stronger so I could feel my muscles more. But that time, I started to understand the connection to my abdominals and that this was the core of my strength for everything else. So if you're trying this for the first time and you're not feeling anything while we do this, do it again, come back, try it again, and even if you do 5, 10 more times, I bet you by at least the 5th time, you're gonna feel something. And then that's gonna bring you back another time and again. And sometimes it just takes a couple times to do things over and over until it starts to make sense. And so just keep at it. Bring your legs up to tabletop, and we're gonna do the same thing again. Now, if this is too challenging and you wanna keep your feet on the floor, that's totally fine. Either keep your feet on the floor or up into tabletop. 3 more. And then we're gonna switch it up. Last one. I'm feeling it. I'm already shaking. And this is basic. So even when it's basic, it can still challenge us. Okay, bring it in. All right, here, I'm just going to do a little gently roll back and forth on the mat, massaging the spine. Now, this may look easy breezy, but I'm fully engaging my abdominals. And if you can't roll back and forth like this, that's fine. It actually is harder than it can even look. If you can't roll back and forth, keep it right here. Really small. We're just massaging massaging the spine, keeping our abs engaged. And let's do one last big one and come all the way up. All right, flipping over onto all fours. Gain some more mobility through the spine. Just start by arcing the back, looking up towards the ceiling. And now I'm going to start with my tailbone. Focus on the tailbone. Now I'm going through my spine and I'm dropping my head down. I like to think kind of the image of a wave rolling through the spine, lifting my head first, rolling through the spine, through the tailbone, looking up. And again, let that wave start at the tailbone. This should feel pretty nice. Stretching through the spine. And here I'm pulling in my abdominals just like I was on the floor. And arcing back up. All right, 2 more. And roll through. Last one. I'm creating resistance in my body by pushing my hands into the mat to get more of an arc through the spine before we come back to neutral. All right, shake out the wrist just a little bit. Can be a little tough on the wrist when we're just starting out. So when you need to, take a break and come right back in. All right, knees are directly underneath our hips. Reaching one arm forward, palm facing the camera, hi. And reach one leg back. In Pilates, you hear a lot about opposition. So I'm thinking of reaching my fingertips towards the wall, reaching my toes back towards the wall behind me. Still think of pulling those abs in and then lowering back down. Other side. If you need to, you can start with just the arm or just the leg, or you can go right in for both right away. And bring it in. So Pilates can be kind of surprising how much it works your core. Like right now, I'm not necessarily feeling a burning sensation in my abdominals. I'm actually feeling more the working through my arms, building the arm strength. But even in this movement, I'm fully engaging my core and I'm still working it. So sometimes feeling a burn is a good thing, feeling that muscle tension, that energy, that heat, and that strength in our body. But sometimes we don't have to feel that to be working something really challenging and really building up that strength. And bring it down. All right, go into an active rest position. And come back forward. All right, coming into a seated position now. Now we're going to feel it in our core. All right, sitting up nice and tall. Feeling the connection all the way from the top of my head through my spine, coming back into that connection of wrapping your spine, your rib cage around your spine, all the way down to the tailbone. Inhale. And I'm rounding back. My feet are really rooted into the ground here, and we're coming back into this curved abdominal position. I'm starting to feel it deeply in my lower belly now. And you can always put a ball behind you or a pillow behind you to support your lower back. And come back forward. This I actually love. I'm thinking back to when I first started doing Pilates again after my first kid. I have 2 kids. And I started thinking the first time I did Pilates after I had my first child, my son. And I had been practicing and teaching Pilates for about 8 years at that point. And the first time I lay down in our apartment in New York to do it, I literally was like, wow, I have to start back at the very beginning. I literally felt like I had to go back to be a beginner. And I just thought, I'm like, okay, I gotta start all over again. And this move here, I feel like is a great, good beginner move, especially for postpartum moms, because it's something that will keep the abdominals safe, especially if you had any separation in your abdominal wall, diastasis. This is a great one that you can really focus on pulling that together and not worry about splaying the rib cage open like in a regular sit-up. So if that's you, and that was definitely me, this is a great one to do 3 or 4 times a week. And you can keep your hands onto your thighs. If you want to challenge it more, bring your hands off. If you're feeling super strong, add some weights in. Bring the arms open and close. Let's do that a couple times. Get a little more blood flow through the arms. Yeah, there's the shake. And one more time. And up, inhale. And exhale. The great thing about Pilates, and you will hear this a lot, is that it does get very specific about your position, and you're just really maximizing your workout when you're getting really detailed about your form, about getting very clued into exactly what the body is doing, so you get more bang for your buck. You know, when you're a mom, you don't have the time like you used to. So 10 minutes, if that's what you have, something is always better than nothing. Don't feel like if you can't go and commit to an hour-long class at a gym or at a studio that you shouldn't do anything at all. If this is what you can do, 10 minutes, then your body is going to thank you for it. Your mind's going to thank you for it. Your kid will thank you for it, but you'll be a better mom. I know I am. I'm a better mom when I work out. But okay. Go ahead and take a rest. All right, last thing we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of rotation into the spine. So it's something that it's often neglected a little bit. We think about the curl-ups, we even think about extension, but rotation in the spine, especially when it comes to our flexibility, is super healthy, super important to keeping a healthy spine and a strong core. All right, arms out to the side. I'm going to keep my arms a little bit in front of me so that I can still keep that connection of the rib cage around the spine. If I bring my arms out to the side, we start to splay it open a little bit. So close it up, abdominals pulled in, and this is called saw. Sounds a little creepy, but the image is you're going to saw off your pinky toe with your pinky finger. I didn't make up the names. I'm just teaching it. And come back up. And twist. Now again, if you're a mom coming into this, rebuilding your core muscles from having a baby, rotation, stretching through the waistline may definitely be challenging. I was amazed at, even though I did Pilates throughout my pregnancy, I was amazed at how much rotation I had lost being pregnant. And actually with my second kid, I had to go to physical therapy to restore it because it was so imbalanced. One side was way more stiff than the other. But through time, through practice, I've been able to restore, I'd probably say 90% back to what it was before. Still a little bit different, but much better than where it was right after having my second kid. All right, one more time each side. And as you reach forward, I really think of pulling down my opposite hip so that my hips aren't popping up off of the mat. I'm really grounding those hips down as I reach both arms in an opposite direction. There we have it. Awesome work. Keep at it. Remember, if this feels different or strange, try it again. Keep coming back, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for joining.
I'm going to jump in there and say thank you, Tamara, and thanks if this was your first time doing Pilates. I think it was a great first class.
Yeah.
I've done it before, and it is intense. I know if it's the first time you're doing it, her advice coming back, she's got a couple other videos here, so thank you. Great seeing you, and thanks for being here as well. Hey, before you go, I just want to say I know you're serious about your health and fitness because you just finished that workout. And I want to give you a free gift to help you accelerate and crush those fitness goals. My name's Mason Bendewald, and I produced and directed P90X Daily Burn, 10-Minute Trainer, and hundreds of other workouts. getting a gazillion people in the best shape of their lives. And now I want to help you do the same thing. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you as a free gift a MEGAMACE members only workout. It's a premium workout and there is no catch. All you have to do is click on the link below in the descriptions, do the workout, and start getting results. All right, if you haven't already, please click on that little bell here on YouTube, set your notifications so you never miss a free MEGAMACE workout. You can also subscribe, leave us a comment, give us the old thumbs up. We really appreciate that. But whatever you do, don't miss out on this free video so you can accelerate and start crushing those goals. I'm Mason Bendewell. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful day.